I'm sure you've all heard that everything we want and everything we desire in life already exists. And in this video, I want to talk about what the hell does that mean? Because even, when I first heard this concept, I had no clue what it meant. I have a question here from someone who's in my group, and basically this person says, I've been seeing more and more about bringing something to awareness and then letting it go, meaning that if you want to manifest something, for example, like a car, you just act as if you already have this car, you already have something like money or the love that you desire, and then you start letting it go with statements or saying things such as I have, as in you are kind of acting as if, or you are already stating that you have something, like you don't need it to come to you because it's already there. And so this person was curious as to my thoughts on this concept and kind of what this means. Well, this concept has taken many forms and many people have talked about this. This is going to be a little bit more of a ranting style video because this video, I'm going to do more videos on this in the future talking all about it, but I just want to kind of get some of my thoughts out about it. A lot of people talk about this, like Esther Hicks or Abraham Hicks, whatever you want to call her. Her concept, she calls it the vortex. Basically, she says that there is this place that we can't see where everything we desire already exists, where we already have the thing that we could be desiring. All we have to do, and I'm oversimplifying this, is all we have to do is step into the vortex to have it. We just kind of have to act as if we already have this thing. There are other teachers as well who have said things like, we just have to act as if we already have something. It's pretty much the same concept from thing to thing to thing. I've heard other people say things like we just have to, kind of put the intention out there that we're going to have something and then we need to forget about it. But this is very difficult to do. And my problem with it, especially if you're coming from a place where maybe you're experiencing some pain. One thing that I frequently see, for example, is maybe you need money to pay for something like a bill, or maybe you have a giant bill hanging over your head. Maybe you can't make rent. Maybe you just got out of a relationship and you're really hurting and you're trying to attract love into your life, or maybe something else is happening. Usually when someone is trying to manifest something in their life, there is something hanging over their head, or they're trying to attract something because out of some sort of pain or desire. Again, Esther Hicks calls this contrast, where we could be desiring something, and she says, the negative thing comes into our lives to show us what we truly do want, and we have to move our focus to what we truly do want. The problem that a lot of people make is, like, say you got out of a relationship and say you want a new relationship, a lot of people just focus on the fact that they don't have a relationship, so they're focusing on the lack. And this is where this concept that Michelle here, it was Michelle who asked me this question, by the way, this is where this concept kind of comes into play, where we kind of need to act as if we already have something. I think the problem that I see with a lot of people, and again, I don't think this is a problem with people, but I think the problem is that people are also getting to this kind of like roundabout point where they're like, okay, I need to set the intention, I need to put the intention out there, and that's all I have to do. And this is one of my bugaboos with law of attraction in the first place, is, that it kind of says that we don't really need to take action for something. I think that this is right and wrong, and I am going to explain to you why. This is the first thing that we're going to talk about when it comes to attracting something into your life without focusing on it like 24/7, by putting the intention out there. So for example, if you're trying to attract a relationship into your life, for example, it's like maybe you put the intention out there that you are going to attract a relationship into your life. But there are certain things maybe that you need to change to bring that relationship into your life. And that's where I feel like this concept of things being in the vortex, things already existing for us, I feel like that's where this concept kind of comes into play. I feel that what we need to do is we need to prepare. And we need to kind of focus on preparation for the thing that we're trying to attract. And that's kind of where we get into this like weird gray area, right? So, like I said, just to quickly summarize, the gist of it is a lot of people kind of say, everybody says that we have to move our focus to something that we're desiring so that we can attract it into our lives. But, we kind of have to let go of that focus, because if I'm always focusing on needing more money, then what I'm attracting is needing more money. I'm not attracting more money. But like I said, how do we get from point A to point B? How do we go from desperately needing money to pay a bill and then also getting to the point where we can actually attract it into our lives? And again, I think this is where preparation comes in, and this is where the law of attraction becomes very powerful when we prepare. So again, to use relationships, for example, because a lot of you leave comments about relationships. If you're trying to attract a relationship into your life, there might be certain things in your life where you can put the intention out into the universe and say to the universe, I am so excited and grateful to have a wonderful person in my life who's going to fulfill me and all these other things. So you put it out there, you forget about it, right? Let's pretend that we live in a perfect world where you can not think about something that you don't want for 2 seconds, right? Which none of us can do that, by the way. It's absolutely impossible. But what you can do is you can do things to prepare for the thing that you desire. So for example, maybe you want to bring someone, maybe you want a relationship, maybe you want someone in your bedroom. If your bedroom is a mess, do you think someone is going to want to enter into that place? Probably not. Not only that, it's like you're putting off vibrations that are pushing that thing that you want away. So I always say preparation is probably more important in these circumstances, especially when we're talking about things like the vortex. And maybe this is something that, I think Esther Hicks probably does talk about this. I haven't gone super in depth into listening about the vortex and all this other stuff, but I think we need to prepare. So it's like I said, maybe there's another form of resistance in your life that is preventing you from having that perfect relationship. Like I said, maybe your room is a mess. Maybe you need to clean your room. Maybe you feel like you want to be more fit. And again, this is not a statement on whether you should be fit or not, but maybe you don't feel healthy. Maybe that's something you need to change. I think once we start to change these things, that's when we actually manifest the things we desire. I have another YouTube channel, and at the beginning of this year, for example, I think I started with like 45,000. That channel is up to over 108,000 at the time of me recording this video. In about 6 months, I gained like well over 60,000 subs on that channel. And there's one thing that really stands out to me with this channel and why I think it was able to grow so quickly. And I just got out of my own way and I just did what worked, right? It's like there are things that work. And I see this also with money making, for example. Like I was saying at the beginning of this video, people will say, I can't stop thinking about the lack of money. I can't stop thinking about what I don't want. Totally understand that. Again, I'm going to do more videos about kind of tiptoeing towards thinking about what you actually do want. How important is it to actually stay focused on what you do want? Like, do we have to be this crazy law of attraction master where we're just focusing on exactly what we want all day long? Absolutely not. Totally ridiculous, right? We need contrast. We need to know whether or not we want something in our lives or not. So the whole point of this is to say that, again, at the beginning of the year, what I did, I just let go with the videos. I just stopped caring what people were saying. I noticed that what other big channels do and what I wasn't doing is I was caring too much about negative comments. I was caring too much about, what everyone felt about the videos I was doing and what direction they were going in and all this other stuff. Once I truly released that, I stepped into the vortex, as Esther Hicks would say. Again, you can call it the vortex, you can call it whatever you want, but I stepped into the energy or into the vibration of someone that has 100,000 subs. And hopefully soon I'll have a lot more than that, right? Because I'm stepping into that energy. And I really feel like it's that simple. In a lot of ways, it's like you have to do the things that someone who is successful doing what you want does, basically. The other example I always give is that, there are a lot of like get rich quick schemes out there, right? There are a lot of like make money online things and all this other stuff out in the world. And, it's weird because like a lot of people, obviously, most people are not very successful with these programs, but every once in a while, someone will be successful with a get-rich-quick scheme, or someone will be successful in multi-level marketing, for example, or something like that. And these are industries where people feel that you cannot be successful in these industries, but people are, and it's because they stepped into that energy of being successful. And it's not really because of the medium, so to speak. It's not the how to make money. It's like they just stepped into that energy. So that's what I would say in this video. I feel like if you're trying to attract things and you want to put things out into the universe and let go, that's fine. But I would also focus on the preparation side of things, I would be preparing for success. I would do, and again, the best way to do this is to find someone who's been successful doing what you do or what you're wanting to do and to follow them. And again, just to bring it around to the beginning, if you have like a bill over your head or something along those lines, and you're trying to attract money into your life, it's like there are things you can do. There are, and this is where I think the law of attraction falls apart really. I'm a big fan of the law of attraction. I follow the law of attraction, but I'm also kind of on the fence with as far as the law of attraction is concerned. And it still, I feel, works for me. As weird as that sounds, right? But this is where it kind of falls apart. It's like, if you have a bill over your head and you need money in, say, a week, it's like you could put the intention out there that you're going to be able to pay that bill in a week, but you're still going to have to do something, right? You're going to have to do something to make that money. So I feel like preparing to be able to make that money is more important than actually, putting the intention out there and forgetting about it. Having the preparation is what's most important.